You know, because you said something, you cursed it into life.
Hey man,
I'm just saying.
I literally was trying not to laugh when I saw it pop up saying Miniko has left the session. I was like, oh man, I did do the thing. I'm sorry. You need an invite.
What do you think?
God, you're so rude. What am I gonna put up with every week? Well, not
Could
every
be
week.
worse. I'm just saying, bro.
That is true.
There we go.
And he's
It's from one historic track from Spa-Francorchamps, just a little bit closer to the Dutch Grand Prix here at Zandvoort. Welcome along to the Tier 4 Championship for Round 8. And as I said, we're here for the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Zandvoort, you got 14 corners that make up this track, and only 4 of them are left-hand corners. 2 DRS zones, one going down into turn 1, the other one going down into turn 11. We'll see how these drivers will be able to make it through there here tonight. You got the C3, C2, and C1 compound of tires. C3 being the softs, which are most likely going to be used for qualifying. C2 being a very nice race tire of the mediums. And the white-wooled hards being the C1. We'll see if that possibly comes into play. My name is Miniko, and alongside me is Redeemer once again. Now, Zandvoort, it has shown in the past that it can be a very tricky corner, especially with a bunch of these curbs. Do you think these curbs will catch anybody out?
Oh, definitely. We can see it time and time again. Obviously the final corner where Frizzy's coming up to. At the moment, the curb on the inside, right-hander right here can catch people out, and the apex of the banked corner can catch a lot of drivers out, as it almost does the Frizzy a little bit there as he's gonna hit the wall. Yeah, it's a really technical circuit. The biggest thing here, damage limitation. It's so easy to get wing damage with a small mistake. Especially going through turn 4, I think it is the other banked right, left-handed hairpin where Frizzy's coming through now. To lose the rear of the car on exit right here, and then just slide your way over on the left-hand side of the circuit, and then downhill turn 7.
Yeah, it's definitely a very tricky track, needless to say. And with that, it's also going to be a bit difficult to overtake around here. It's like Monaco, except without the walls, to put it simply. I mean, there still is walls, but they're a lot further away than you expect, but they can still definitely catch you out. We'll just have to see if that will be the case here tonight. Let's go over to the driver's standings real quick, and topping the standings as of right now, it is James B. in the McLaren with 103 points. He won last week and took the championship lead, but he is not here tonight. So, once again, another twist in the championship. The championship leader isn't here. To our mixer in the Aston Martin, who is here tonight, he sits P2. He grabbed P2 last week. Then Titan, who missed out last week, he is P3 in the championship and also fastest as a stands pool. Take that away because now Wrath has gone fastest with a 111.7. Speaking of Wrath, he's actually 4th in the standings with only 1 podium, but very, very consistent. He has scored points in every single race. He's the only driver to do so. And 1 underdog rounds out the top 5. And that can all definitely change. And along with that, there is a chance of people being eliminated here tonight.
Yeah, like, it's a matter of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Patience is what this circuit is. With only the 2 DRS zones going into turn 1, and then I believe into turn 11. I could be mistaken. But the two DRS zones, obviously, you're going to see a main opportunity breaking or overtaking into one. And if you see any into 11, you're going to have to be careful because if you don't get that right run out of the final corner, you could catch yourself on the back foot of the drivers trying to re-overtake you going into turn one. So it's going to have to wait and see what happens there. Because that is a Mercedes.
Yeah, the second you lose your cool, you're gonna definitely go off, that's for sure. There's a Mercedes that has gone off. It looks like the coach has gone off at the final corner. He's managed to keep it going, though, so he'll be able to return into the pits. Now, we went through the drivers. Why don't you take us away for the Constructors' Championship, in which Aston Martin currently leads?
I have to find it for a second. There it is.
No, alright, I guess I'll go through it.
No, I got it.
It's okay. I know.
Nope, that's not it. There we go. Alright, Team Constructors. Gosh, I can't work anything today. Aston Martin are in the lead with
You usually can't, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but today's a little bit more worse, so shut up. Aston Martin lead with 155 points. Behind them is McLaren with 113. Alpine sit third with 89 points. Excuse me. Red Bull fourth with 71. AlphaTauri with 69 points. Ferrari 58 points in sixth place, followed by Alfa Romeo in seventh with 29 points. Mercedes with 25 points in eighth. Williams in ninth with 19, and Haas with 13 points, rounding out the constructors' grid. As underdog is actually P2. I missed it.
Yeah, as of right now, it's an Aston Martin 1-2 in qualifying. They've really been the stars in terms of the team championship. That's why they are currently leading, almost by a 1-2 finish, but just not quite.
Ooh, Bolt guy's in fourth on 2-lap Old Soft. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, he is. He's been doing quite a few laps, I've noticed, and right now P4 as it stands. So that's a very good qualifying for him, but there is still 11 minutes left of qualifying, in which something I've noticed, in which this happened early in the session, Titan didn't exactly get the best of laps, but that was because he was behind Frizy when Frizy was on a lap. So he's going to go again. We'll see if he can put it onto pole ahead of Mixer, possibly go for, I believe, his third pole position of the season. No, his fourth, sorry. His fourth pole position of the season, and possibly go for that third win. Because as of right now, Titan is the only driver in this tier that has more than one win. Everyone else, such as Mixer, James B, One Underdog, and Caesar, they all have one race win. So Titan, he has two. That could be one to watch out for.
Yeah, he's really showing his pace early on and continuing to do so throughout the season, as the Aston Martin boys are, obviously. I didn't see if Titan did set a purple sector 1. Coming through the end of sector 2, he's going to hit the DRS. My phone is just blowing up at the moment. We're going to avoid that. He is actually purple sector 2. He is 3.5 tenths up on his lap time through the second split. Let's see if he can keep it collected through the final sector.
He got held up quite a bit through the third sector because he was behind Frizy, but luckily there's no one in front of him this time around. Now through the final banked corner, then reduce the amount of time to the straight, and he goes onto the front row with a 1:11.2, and that's just under a tenth behind Mixer. So decent lap, but it could have been better if he had possibly a better banker lap, but we'll just have to see if he can better that later on. Next person to cross the line is going to be Wrath. He's over 2.5 tenths up is the Red Bull, the most consistent man, the only man to score points in every single race, and he doesn't improve on his position, but he improves on his lap time, and it's a 1:11.5, which currently sits him on the second row. By the way, I'm going to provide an interesting stat right here.
Oh boy.
Although he isn't on the track right now, he's in the pits right now, take it over to Sprightly. So, last week, he managed to grab a top 4 finish. It's a second top 4 finish, and not only that, it was his second points finish, and out of every single race, he's only scored points in 4th position. I don't know how, but he's done it somehow, and he is top 10 in the standings, so it's working. but that's not really something you see, because he's shown up to every single race. He scored points twice. Both top 4. Oh, what? Did I just see rain?
Yes.
Ooh. Much like it was a couple weeks ago in, I think, Britain?
No, it was last week. At Spa.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was last week. Yeah, you're right. So like it was last week in Belgium, rain has suddenly come down in qualifying, and that is going to hamper a bunch of lap times. The unknown has retired from the session, so he's already said that there's no way anybody else is going to improve on their lap time, and there's 2 people that have yet to set a lap time either. Slow and Steady and Corny. They're still in the pits, so that is not what they wanted. Right now, currently on a lap is the McLaren of Frizy. He's only 200ths up. He's on the medium compounded tire, actually. So
yeah, he's doing his 4th lap on the medium, so I'm sure Bald Guy is only 7 thousandths of a second up on his lap time through the 2nd sector.
We'll see what Frizy can do as he comes across the line. He improves on his lap, but not on his position. That's a 112.9 on the medium compounded tire. Sprightly has retired from the session. That's in the pits, yep. What about a Bald Guy? Bald Guy dives into the pits. So he wasn't improving on his lap time, and he has abandoned that.
This is interesting.
One Underdog is not improving on his lap time either. Let's see, who else is on a lap? Currently nobody right now as it stands, though the coach is going to come across the final sector to start one, but this will most likely be your qualifying order unless someone pulls a Charles Leclerc 2018 Brazil. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it was slowly starting to rain, but Leclerc managed to master conditions and go into Q3 in the Sauber. And it was very impressive, needless to say, and hence why now he's in Ferrari. So, yeah, he definitely earned it, and look where he is now.
That was a really good season for him at his rookie season for Sauber, so.
Oh, yeah. I just saw a squirrely moment there for One Underdog at the exit of Turn 3. But he has managed to keep it out of the wall, but now he's going to get out of the way of the coach. So we're going to go over to the Mercedes, who already has a lap time down with the 116.5. That'll see him in the top 10, since the standing corner table won't be able to improve on their lap times or even do a lap time competitive enough. Frizy's retired, so that is now P8 for him locked in, unless the coach pulls a Charles Leclerc. And as he comes to the Sector 2 split, he's nearly 3 seconds up. Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
he could actually be pulling one.
I think he just did a banker lap, though, on those stops.
Maybe, as he nearly invalidates at the penultimate corner, but luckily manages to keep it within the white lines. Now, to the line, and he actually improves on his position. He goes up to P9. So, really good lap time, barring the conditions here for the coach, and he's going to line up P9 on those mediums, just behind Frizy.
I think someone's excited they got pole.
Is Mixer excited about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is. Well, you say that, yeah, he's not happy for curbs. So, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's... What happened to the coach? Sir? What have you done? Whoa, oh. He does not have a front line.
Gone off, by the looks of it, at turn 6, I believe. Is that turn 6? No, that's turn 7.
Yeah, it turns out.
Yeah, turn 7, but he has managed to keep it and keep his tires on. Needless to say, Quickzone's retired, so he will line up P5. There's a Red Bull out on track, by the way, that being Wrath on the Inter, which is interesting. So, the fact that qualifying's already done, I think we could easily say that Mixer is on pole, which would make it... Actually, wait a minute. That's Mixer's first pole position. I completely missed that. So, Mixer, out of nowhere, really, he's managed to grab his first pole position of the season here in Zandvoort. I did not expect that to happen, but here we are.
I don't think
So
anybody
fair play,
expected-
Mixer.
Who else is on set? Oh, Underdog is. Oh boy.
He's out on soft. Ooh. I mean, right now, looking at the track, you can definitely see raindrops on the track, so it's definitely starting to get worse. But whether it's Inter, I'm not entirely sure. And I don't think one Underdog is going to be able to beat that lap time and make it an Aston Martin 1-2. So
I think DRS is still enabled. Yeah, I think he backed off the.
Oh, yeah, no, he lifted through the final corner, yeah. There's no way.
Well, like you said, since quality's over, have you had a chance to watch FP1 or FP2?
Yeah, and all I gotta say is that I feel pain for Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
Man, just got snap oversteer into the wall, hard into the wall. And, yeah, didn't even get a lap time. The one thing I actually noticed at the end of FP2 was the difference between the two Williams. So, Latifi was P19 with a 1:16.2.
Mm-hmm.
And Albon was in P14 with a 1:14.4.
Wow.
That's almost a 2-second difference between the two Williams. I mean, sure, it's only practice, but, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Latifi, what are you doing?
Yeah.
From one Canadian to another. Like, come on, man.
That almost reminds me of the 2020 season Ferrari had. With Leclerc putting that Ferrari in places that it shouldn't have been, like mid-pack, top 5, and etc. And then there's Seb, who's fighting just to get out of Q3. You know, it's.
Yeah, it was definitely not the season that Vettel wanted, but he's now in Aston Martin, and he's clearly the team leader, I guess you could say, there at Aston Martin. So, you know, he's in a better place, I think we can easily say.
Yeah, I mean, I've read, well, I don't know if there's stories, but articles, excuse me, Vettel actually might, after his contract's up with Aston Martin, this season, he said he might not return to F1, depending on how well Aston does for the season, because he did miss the first 2 races, remember, with COVID. So, he did miss a lot of laps and a lot of practice with the cars, even though he did the spring winter testing. But still, that doesn't apply to anything race pace and quality and everything else that he has to do and for practice and everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens next year. Also, did you hear that Kimi Räikkönen is returning to racing?
Yes, he is. For those that don't know, he is going to be in NASCAR.
Yeah, he's gonna be racing.
Was a bit of a surprise when I was at work, and I saw that. I was like, wait, hold on, what? He's back? But no, Kimi Räikkönen in NASCAR for, I think it's a one-off, isn't it?
Yeah,
Around, what was it, Watkins?
Yeah, Watkins Glen with Trackhouse Racing, which is a brand new team to NASCAR. So I'm pretty sure they're looking, this is their first season as a team. So I believe they're going to expand, obviously. And I believe next season, if Kimi does well at Watkins, he might get a NASCAR deal. But we'll have to wait and see. That's next year. We're focusing on Zandvoort here in 2021. There we go. English.
Well, 2021 game, 2022 in real life. But yeah, needless to say, we're still here at Zandvoort, and it's Mixer that takes his first pole position of the season, just under a 10th between him and Titan. That's your front row. There's one Underdog and the other Aston Martin in third, followed by Wrath in the Red Bull. And then you got Quick Tongue, Bald Guy, the Unknown, Friesing to coach on the mediums in the top 10, Sprightly rounding out the top 10, Corny, Table, and Slow and Steady not setting a lap time in qualifying. Bit of a... It's weird having a low grid like this. I'm being honest here.
Yeah, exactly. Tier 4 is usually known for having pretty much near a full grid race in, race out. Um, who do you think out of the top, I think 13 drivers we have, 12 drivers actually, um, who do you think is basically who are you going to be watching for the race for these 33 laps?
36.
Yeah, close enough.
Being honest here, I don't know. I simply do not know. Obviously, I'm going to be watching the front two, as they are close on pace, and we can see a bit of a battle between them. As of course, this could potentially be for the lead of the drivers' championship, as really, Titan and Mixer are only separated by a single point. So if one finishes ahead of the other, they're ahead of that. They're ahead of that driver in the championship. Like, that's just straight up. Another thing to watch though is Frizy and DeCoach in 8th and 9th on the mediums.
Right.
As to whether that alternate strategy will work, I don't know.
But here's the thing, Frizy has like 5 or 6 laps on those mediums.
That is very true.
And the coach is pretty much near fresh mediums. So that's one thing to keep our eye on, obviously. And I'm keeping my eye on Sprightly down there in 10th.
You think he can grab another fourth?
I'm hoping he can grab another points finish.
Or maybe a podium. You never know.
That is true. Anything can happen in these 37 laps to come, counting the formation lap.
That's not racing, though. Yeah, formation is not racing, but yeah. Anyways, besides that. I mean, yeah, true. It's like being under safety car, but there's no safety car in front of you.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, way wide on the
there's still an Aston Martin, though, that's in front. Because the Aston Martin safety car is here for Zandvoort, and it's an Aston Martin that's currently on pole right now.
So here's a fun little stat for you. I don't know if you remember or not. Last season, when we were at this circuit, we had 0 safety cars. Through all the chaos, through all the wings being broken at turn 3, turn 7, and the final corner. No safety cars. How many do you think we'll see tonight?
That is true. 2.
2.
I'm guessing 2.
Okay. I'm going to write that down real quick.
That's just an estimate. Yeah. I don't know for sure. Because yesterday, in Realistic, for anybody that watched that, we only had 1 safety car. And I believe that's because KP21 crashed at the final corner. No, I'm just giving detail. I'm just simply giving detail.
Like
we love you, KP. We love you.
First point of the season.
Hey, man. I was so close. I was right there. I was right there.
Can we get a blame Zach going in the chat?
I agree. For anybody that's watching, put a blame Zach in the chat, so then we know who to blame for stealing a Haas point. I'm just saying, bro.
Yep, exactly. Zach, it's not your fault.
Agreed. Ferrari tax.
Ferrari tactics.
That's my excuse, just Ferrari tax. But I mean, he's literally a second faster than me on merit, so I mean, like, nothing I could do. But besides that, we're now ending the formation lap. Mixer on pole, Titan on the front row, and we're just waiting on Corny Table to line up in P12. 12 drivers here tonight, but 36 laps of all-out racing. What could happen here tonight as we are on the 5 red lights? Give me a good camera, please. There we go. 5 red lights are on. It's lights out, and away we go. Looks like a pretty good start for both the Aston Martins, and actually it is a good start for one underdog, but he's not going to be able to make a position as Titan goes for the lead into turn 1. They're 3 wide already on the exit and at turn 1, but looks like Mixer is going to try and hold position, but they're still going to the middle, and Titan spun round! He spun round at the exit of 2, and he's lost his front wing. Contact between the championship rivals. And Frizy is around as well. Chaos at the start. But it is Mixer That leads from underdog into Aston Martin 1-2. That's Quick Tongue in third. Wrath in fourth. That's Ball Guy rounding out the top 5. But Titan, that is massive disappointment for what could have been a championship lead grabbing race. He's now all the way down in P11 and has to pit.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go for this race. Anything can happen. You know, safety cars can come out early. Throw this race pretty much into a curveball. You know, with anything can still happen. That's the biggest thing, you know, getting these early incidents or early contacts here, you know, fighting for position, and that just happens, and I believe that's a no-no round.
That's the Mercedes round. Yes, it is. He's around at the penultimate corner, and he has now been dropped down to P10. Even P11 as Titan now overtakes him. Doesn't have front wing damage, though, so he's going to be able to continue on, but it's Mixer. That leads the first lap from one underdog, Aston Martin 1-2. Titan gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It's gone from bad to worse for the Alpine. Not what he wanted for this race. While as his championship rival, Mixer, leading from his teammate, already pulling nearly a 2-second gap.
I didn't catch him, but I think he went on the outside of turn 4. On slow and steady.
Give me a good camera angle. There we go. He might have, I don't know, but either way, he is in the points as of right now. Currently sitting P8, gonna try and chase after DeCoach, which, by the way, DeCoach, decent start for him. He's up 2 positions from his starting point, and on the mediums, again, another thing to watch out for on the medium compound of tire. So we'll have to watch out for them for the Mercedes in the latter stages of this race. And well, who knows what could happen in the latter stages of this race. But one thing's for sure, as of right now, Aston Martin leading the team's championship, leading this race. And Mixer sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:13.8, pulling nearly a second over his teammate.
That's unknown around.
Meanwhile, yellow flag. He is not having a good time at that penultimate corner. And now he's relegated down to P11 as Frizy now overtakes him. Nearly contact between the two. But Frizy doesn't put him in the wall, and instead, now blast past and into P10. As meanwhile, DeCoach and Cordy Table going at it. Cordy Table might have made a mistake, actually. As he's ghosted right now. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right.
I've invited him twice, and I went to invite him again. He's offline, so that hurts.
Oh, meanwhile, no, Mixer spun round at turn 8. No, turn 8. No, turn 9. Either way, he has spun out from the lead on the 3rd lap of this race and is now down to P5. And now it's one underdog in the lead from Quick Tongue. The Unknown is not having a good time, but already there's a lot of mistakes already going on in this race. It's catching out a lot of drivers right now.
Yeah, I think these guys are just pushing hard for positions. This ball guy's up in 4th.
Yes, he is, and he's on the back of Wrath and Quick Tongue, which there's a bit of a battle going on for P2. Obviously, DRS has been enabled on lap 3. We're now on lap 4, in which Quick Tongue currently leads that from Wrath and Bald Guy. So it's a 3-car train as it stands for the time being, in which Wrath is all over the back of that Alfa Romeo. He feels he has a lot of pace. Obviously, Wrath being the only man to score points in every single race. And I think one of the only guys to get a point in every single race. And he's looking to continue that. Currently sitting 3rd. He wants that 2nd position. No, yellow flag, and that's DeCoach. Oh no! That medium strat has now suddenly just been thrown out as he is off at turn 7. Yes, okay, I got that right. And now has been relegated down to P10. A lot of mistakes going on here, and it's only the 4th lap.
Yeah, I think these guys are just pushing hard for positions.
Yeah, quite definitely. Now, Wrath has the DRS on Quick Tongue as of right now, but doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to make a move into turn 1. Not quite. DRS just not powerful enough. We said it's difficult to overtake around this track, and that has just proven it. He was around 5/10 off of the Alfa Romeo. And, well, nothing changes, though. Bald Guy is looking a little interested, as he is all over the back of Wrath.
Yeah, the biggest thing coming out of that final corner, you need the best exit and the best run into and out of that corner in order to make a move on your rival ahead of you.
Yeah, and obviously we know one thing about Bald Guy is that he usually keeps it cool, keeps it calm, and he is doing that as of right now, whereas these two in front of him are trying to battle for position. Wrath going a little bit wide, but so far nothing doing. And meanwhile, further back, Slomacetti has gotten past Corny Table and is now up into 6th. Is now going to try and chase after Mixer, as Mixer is now trying to chase after Bald Guy. That gap closing down a little bit. We'll have to see if that changes later on. But one thing's for sure, though, is that one underdog has just pulled away from Quick Tongue as it stands. Right now, the gap between them, 2.6 seconds. So underdog creating a little bit of breathing space. And actually, Quick Tongue is blinking on the straight, so he's low on ERS. As the unknown's retired.
Wow. I think there it is.
Safety car.
Okay, Gabe, well, how was this last season? I'm biased.
Kidding. I'm gonna go on board with the Aston Martin. Let's see. Oh, nope, never mind. The car's already gone. I was gonna see how he crashed or where he crashed, but never mind. I guess not, as we actually have a little bit of action in the pits as Frizy has gone in onto another set of mediums. So he's definitely gonna have to pit again. He now has a fresh set. Is probably gonna hope for a late safety car, maybe? I don't know. Question is, though, what do the front guys do?
Actually, last season we had a VSC. I believe it was around lap 11 or 12. But it was right
That's
in...
a VSC, though.
Yeah, I know, but it was like... Excuse me. Right in that window for the guys on the softs, which was myself and a few others, to pit for the mediums to make it to the end.
Speaking of pitting, one underdog is in.
Wrath is in. Ball Guy's in. Mixer, he's got to go in.
Is in. Yeah.
Someone's
gonna have to force a double stack.
He's in. Corny Table's AI is gonna stay out. Sprightly is in. The coach, I believe, is gonna stay out. Titan stayed out. Frazzy went in.
One thing I've noticed, Quick Tongue has gone on to another set of softs. So, out of everyone that's pitted, Quick Tongue is the only guy, as of right now, to be on the softs.
There we go.
And Sprightly has gone on to hard, so that is definitely going to the end for the Ferrari, as he's going to try and stay out ahead of Titan, in which he does. But one thing's for sure, though, is that has now brought Titan back into this race. Whereas he had damage lap 1, he can now try and recover some points, possibly try and catch up to Mixer in this race.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I said, anything can happen in these races. You know, you just gotta keep calm, and anything can happen. Which, you know, it happened.
It's also a bit of patience, but it's also a bit of luck, in which right now luck has definitely swung in Titan's way, as he's now going to catch up to the back of this pack and line up in P10 as of right now. And as of, well, everyone except one person would be scoring points in this race, obviously, since there's only 12 drivers in this race, but that can definitely change. There could be less, unfortunately, but, you know, that's racing, I guess you could say. So I'm just really interested, though, about what Quick Tongue is thinking. Because obviously he's definitely hoping for another safety car. So he's bolted on a fresh set, a new set, a soft compounded tire. Obviously he was able to save a couple sets due to the fact that it rained in the midway part of qualifying. So with that, he is now going to be, theoretically, the fastest guy out on track. But the softs will die off. They will 100% die off. And if he wants to take this lead, he's going to have to get past one underdog, which has been faster than him in this race, and then pull a gap. Yeah. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing, though, is Corny Table is in AI mode. So, I'm interested to see on how his AI, or the AI, because this is an AI car. I just want to clarify that for everybody. I want to see on how it does the safety car restarts.
Dull is the word.
Don't.
They do it very dully.
Oh, dull.
And,
I thought you said don't.
Yeah, they don't. Red flag.
Oop, that's the unknown.
The unknown has left the session. Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened to him. Obviously, he crashed at turn 6.
Why can I not use camera card game?
Anyway. Yeah, no, he retired at the exit of turn 6, and that has unfortunately cost him a race. He does, luckily for him, he does have points, but it's not what he theoretically would have wanted. The safety car is in this lap, by the way. So now it's Corny Table's AI to decide when they will go, in which they're taking it nice and slow, nice and easy. And then safety car pulls in, and they're racing once again, as One Underdog has not been caught up by this at all, and he's immediately going to get past Corny Table, down the inside, into turn 1. Easy move for the Aston Martin. He's back up into the lead of this race, and Quick Tongue making a move on the AI as well. There is contact further back, but so far no one's spun off as it stands. But One Underdog has taken back the lead of this Grand Prix from Quick Tongue. That is Corny Table ahead of Wrath. Well, obviously, Corny Table has yet to pit. So he definitely, so that is not where he intentionally would be. So it's Wrath technically in P3 from Bald Guy. Then it's Mixer to Coach. Titan moving up a couple positions already off the start. He's up into P8 and is pressurizing to Coach. But he has that 5-second. Let's not forget that he has a 5-second time play for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to have to wait and see what happens later on in this race. As Wrath is looking for a move, he's going to make it. Bald Guy is going to join him. And Mixer is going to do the same thing, so now we have to wait and see what happens with these three here.
Mixer's all over the back of the Ferrari here, you know, through the final corner. He's within the slipstream as Titan gets past the Coach. That's the battle for P7 as Mixer is going to try and go around the outside into turn 1. A bit of a squeeze there from the Ferrari, and he's still trying to keep his nose in, and does a beautiful move from the Aston Martin around the outside without DRS. Whoa. And he's moved up into P4.
I thought Bald Guy almost lost it going into 3.
Now he's managed to keep it all together, but he's now been relegated down to P5. Mixer up to P4, and Mixer is already all over the back of Wrath going through to Sector 2. So Mixer clearly angry by his mistake, and he is trying everything to make up for what he lost.
Oh,
this is a yellow flag, and that's Sprightly. Round in turn 7, and that is front wing damage for the Ferrari, right side end plate damage. And that is not going to help him in this race, and he has to pit. That is not a question. As meanwhile, for the back, Titan got past Corny Table, and now Titan is going to try and pressurize Bald Guy for P5. So he's definitely making a lot of moves in this race. Oh, meanwhile, that's Quick Tongue! Quick Tongue spun! Quick Tongue is spun at the final corner, and as that's going on, Mixer's going to try and dive down the inside on Wrath, virtual safety car. And did Mixer get ahead of Wrath before the virtual safety car?
I'm going to say yes, because he's not switching positions.
We'll have to see. Quick Tongue got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Obviously, he had to pit as he had front wing damage. And now he's gone on to a set of the medium compounded tire. I believe Sprightly will most likely do the same. Yes, he does. And a wing change as well. And their races have gone absolutely south. Especially Quick Tongue. He was running in P2. And now he's down in P10. So not what he would have wanted. But now, it's almost like the race start. As it's now, once again, an Aston Martin 1-2. One Underdog leading 4.95 seconds. Obviously, virtual safety car, so we'll have to see if that's true or not. But yeah, One Underdog from Mixer. Wrath still in the podium spots from Bald Guy. And then Titan. He has had an amazing restart as he's already back up into the top 5.
Yeah, but like you said, he still has that 5-second time penalty, so it'll be interesting to see
Very
what
true.
happens there. What is going on here between Mixer and Wrath? They're waiting.
I think the virtual safety car is ending soon.
Yep. Is it going to end at the end of this turn 1? It is. Yep.
Right there. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you definitely did. But yeah, races resumed once again. Gap between one underdog and Mixer as of right now, 4.4 as it stands. And Wrath it honestly looked like Wrath was trying to go for a move, like possibly try and get him at the virtual safety car restart. But obviously you can't overtake under yellow. That's a given. And, well, Wrath knew that, so he had to stay behind as of right now, and he's already been gapped massively by Mixer.
Wow.
Yeah, Mixer's just absolutely gone. And, well, now he has to contend with Ball Guy. And not only Ball Guy, but also Titan. He's on the back of these two, and he is looking rather feisty, needless to say. Obviously, he didn't pit under the safety car, I want to note. So he's got 5-lap older mediums in comparison to the other guys in front of him. But he has the pace. So if anything, that kind of neutralizes it. But there isn't much of a drop-off from the mediums from what I know. So that could be an interesting story. As Ball Guy, looks like he got a really good exit there out of the penultimate corner. And does he have the DRS? Yes, he does. So he's on the back of Wrath. DRS has been enabled. And Ball Guy is going to dive down the inside into turn 1 on the inside.
Oh,
Wrath trying to go around the outside and does. So Wrath able to defend it around the outside, and then now Titan comes in out of nowhere and just steals the position from the Ferrari. Titan now up to 4th.
Yeah, Ball Guy was just a little bit slow on the exit of 1, and Titan just said, I'm going to go by, let me see what I can do, and Ball Guy didn't put up much of a fight with it.
Yeah, but now Ball Guy's down into 5th, and Titan up to 4th. By the way, I know this is a bit off topic. You know how I said that I had a Dr. Pepper cream soda that I was gonna have during the stream?
Mm-hmm.
I just had a sip of it. It's actually pretty good. I am not gonna lie.
I'm gonna stand by my previous statement that I said earlier.
Yeah, I don't like you for this.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've just never tried it. Like, maybe if I tried it, then I might change my mind. But
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, no, I just had it, and it's actually pretty good. So that means I'm gonna be having that quite a few times. As meanwhile, Titan is all over the back of Wrath through the final corner. This should be an easy move for the Alpine, and it is. And Titan is now back up into the podium places. Wrath down to P4. So Titan making the moves when it matters. And now he is back up in the podium, but he has to build a 5-second gap to Wrath if he wants to keep this position.
Yeah, another battle to keep our eye on is between the coach, Frizy, and Slow and Steady.
Yeah, Slow and Steady a little bit further back as the coach goes a little bit wide there out of turn 7, but he manages to keep it on the road. But he's got Frizy all over the back of him. Last week, Frizy managed to grab his first points-paying position in Belgium, and it was a top 5. And let's see, and right now he is P7, so he's on the road to possibly do that again. But he could possibly better it if he gets past the coach and up into P6. We'll have to see if he can down the main straight, as this is really one of the closest battles on track as of right now. I just saw something about drugs or something in general chat for for the league, but needless to say, other than that,
the coach into turn 1, he's gonna look for it, he's gonna make it stick. The coach hits up.
Oh!
A little bit of contact. The coach, I think he's got wing damage.
I don't know, but it looked like quite a decent amount of contact. But Frizy's now up into P6. The coach now down to P7. And now he's got Slow and Steady all over the back of him as it stands for the time being. Let's see if Slow and Steady could possibly make a move. The coach has just absolutely dropped back here. We'll see. Going through to turn 7. Does he have damage? I don't think so. I think he managed to get away with it.
Tap, yeah.
Yeah, I think he just managed to get away with it. Obviously, he is on older set of medium compound tires, so that's why Frizy was pulling away. But yeah, no, I think it was just a little love tap. So, you know, clean and, well, I wouldn't say clean, but yeah. Anyways, Zach saying in the chat that the coach is going to report that. Why? Why is my question, but we'll see later on at the end of this race. Meanwhile, back up to the battle for P3. Bald Guy is all over the back of Wrath, but Wrath has that DRS on Titan, so Wrath hasn't really fallen back from the Alpine, obviously with 5-lap fresher mediums in comparison to the Alpine, so he's able to keep within that 1 second, and that is hurting Bald Guy's chance right now, because Bald Guy, he wants to possibly grab this podium.
Yeah, I think it's just Wrath without ERS. Sorry, I'm paying attention to the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't mind me. As QuickTime's going to get past the corner table in turn 1. Wrath is actually outside of DRS range at the moment, so we'll have to see what happens there. But Wrath without ERS, it's going to be very hard for him. He's actually in it. Does he have it? He does, just barely.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this circuit as well, one thing we forgot to mention, it's very hard to keep ERS here at this circuit. So, for the drivers that are running low, it's QuickTime again.
And Sprightly.
And oh no.
Virtual safety car.
Oh no. Sprightly without a wing again.
Yeah, he's lost a wing at turn 3. What of QuickTime? QuickTime lost a bit of his front wing as well, so clearly debris caused this virtual safety car by the looks of it, as obviously no one's retired. But yeah, Bald Guy and Titan into the pits. Obviously, I think Titan was doing that to not only go on a fresh set of mediums, but also to get rid of that 5 second.
Yeah,
he has the pace. This could be a smart move for the Alpine later on in this race. We'll have to see, as he nearly goes out of the pit exit white line. Bit close there, but he manages to keep it within. So instead, he also went into the pits, by the way, and he's onto a fresh set of mediums. So, Bald Guy, Titan, Slow and Steady all have a fresh set of medium compounded tires. Same with QuickTime and also Sprightly when he comes into the pits. So we'll have to watch out for those drivers, see if they can do anything with that. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no! Drive-through penalty for Bald Guy for speeding under the virtual safety car.
That's gotta hurt, though.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Though, he might not lose that many positions, but that's going to lose him a lot of time. It's one of the harshest penalties in Formula 1, with I think the harshest being a 10-second stop-go, I believe. I don't know. But yeah, no, Bald Guy getting a drive-through, and he's going to serve immediately, as Titan looked like he was trying to steal Slipstream there. And he sets a purple sector 3 for good measure, so he wanted it, and he's getting it. But yeah, Bald Guy serving that drive-through, and I just, it's painful. It truly is. He's still getting the points, though, so
yeah,
I mean, it's not all bad.
Did QuickTime leave?
Did he? He has. Yeah, he has. Or... No.
Did you just
No, he hasn't, actually. Oh, I know what this is. This happened to another driver in Realistic. This happened to, Taylor.
Okay,
he was ghosted, but... Yeah, he's in the race, technically. So that's a weird scenario. One underdog, by the way, takes the fastest lap of this race with a 113.3. Did I see that? Yeah, 113.3 as it stands right now. So he clearly has the pace to do so. And the gap between him and his teammate right now, 2.6 seconds. And that is slowly going down between the two drivers. So later on in this race, we could see... Yep, he grabs the fastest lap. Now he's currently sitting in P6 trying to chase after the coach. But Mixer is slowly gaining on his teammates. So later on, if he gains enough, we could see a bit of a battle for the lead between the two Aston Martins. Last time we saw two teammates battle it out for a position. One thing I could definitely remember off the top of my head is Hamilton and Rosberg. back in 2016, and that went fireworks and flames, needless to say.
Also,
hopefully that isn't the case.
Vettel and
Weber.
Malaysia.
Yeah, 2013 Malaysia. Yep, I remember that.
Multi-21.
Yep. It was in the chat. He'd know. He 100% knows that. He hates that, and I don't blame him. Oh, that's quick tongue round of the first corner. I just caught that.
I feel bad for him. Like, he didn't set a foot wrong in qualifying, was P2 in the race, and then just made like the small error, and then once you do that, it just kind of digs under your skin. And then once it happens, there's no recovery from it. So you're just like, you're upset with yourself, but you can still salvage something out of this. So.
I mean, he's still in the points, so I mean, he can still definitely get something out of it, but it's probably not what he would have wanted. Granted, where he was before, is he's actually about to be lapped by the driver that he was battling with at the early stages, and that's just gotta be a stake to the heart, to put it simply. Being lapped by the driver that you were racing with in the early stages, that's just... If that doesn't describe pain, I don't know what does.
Yeah,
also,
it's
Zach
rough.
saying in the chat, Verstappen and Ricardo, and I'm just... Zach, technically you're not wrong, but when I said that, I meant a battle for the lead. They weren't battling for the lead, they were battling for a freaking top 4. It was still a battle, but like,
another battle though to remember is 2019 Seb Leclerc in Brazil.
That was not for the lead. Again.
Right, but still, it's another battle. But anyways, yes, you're correct.
Yeah, battle that went up in freaking sparks.
Yeah.
See, what I found weird about that, what I found weird about that incident, that contact was so light.
Yeah.
Like, that was so light, and Leclerc's tire just said, bye. And same with Vettel's. Like, that's what I didn't understand about that collision at all. By the way, Ball Guy's set a purple sector 3, so he's clearly finding pace, and he's all over the back of Slow and Steady as of right now. So far, this is one of the only closest battles right now, and it's a battle for P7. Oh, that's a good one. Zach said Prost and Senna. There we go. Now we're talking.
I missed it.
Oh. Zach said in the chat, Prost and Senna. For a battle for the lead that went south. Yeah, that was one heck of a rivalry between the two, needless to say. One Underdog, by the way, set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix once again with a 113.2, but quickly taken away by. It's a battle for fastest laps as of right now, and Titan currently holds that staple as of now. But we'll have to see if that changes later on, as now the battle for P7 is about to ensue as Ball Guy has the DRS on Slow and Steady.
Oh, no.
And Quick Tongue's retired as Ball Guy dives down the inside into turn 1. Safety car. Full course safety car. Ball Guy gets ahead of Slow and Steady just before.
Oh, look out, look out.
Oh boy. I wish I saw that. I know what you're referencing.
So, Quick-Tongue's car, you got turn 7, and then you got, I think it's the turn 8, the little kink left. Kind of go up the hill right there.
That doesn't count as a corner, like, technically, but
okay,
yeah, I know what you mean. Right here, where Ball Guy's going through.
Quick-Tongue was sideways in the middle of the circuit right there. Like, right on the racing line. I'm like, uh-oh, look out!
Yeah, that's no surprise as a safety car
So,
there. By the way, both Aston Martins have pitted. That's a double stack there for the two Aston Martins.
Right.
And they were both going to go into a set of softs.
This helps out the coach, who hasn't stopped yet in this GP.
Oh, you're right. This has helped him out dramatically. He's in the top 5. Everyone is most likely going to pit, except for... Surprising gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. So that is definitely going to hurt his chances. He bolts on a soft compound of tire. And it looks like, I believe everyone is going to go onto a set of softs, because they can easily go to the end from here on out. So it's going to be a sprint, to put it simply. Who didn't pit?
Sprightly.
Oh, Sprightly.
Yeah.
I think I know why. And it's because he tried to attempt to unlap himself. Which, unfortunately, didn't quite work out. But yeah, I think that might have been the attempt. Roscoe's saying just to spice things up. I'm assuming you're talking about the safety car. Because if so, then yes. Yes, it will. It definitely will spice things up.
Well, you remember another race that got spiced up by safety cars? Last season.
I can remember plenty.
Last season, Tier 4.
You're going to mention Japan, aren't you?
No, there was another race. But Japan...
Oh my god, it took you a solid minute.
Japan was one of them. Belgium. Belgium was another one.
No, it wasn't.
Kinda.
Not really. If anything, the field was really spread out there.
Well, yeah, but
I know what Frizzy's doing here.
No, Sprightly.
He's getting rid of that 5-second.
Sprightly.
Oh, Sprightly.
Yeah, he went to go buy Mixer and just... Yeah.
Well, it didn't work out, needless to say. But, yeah, Frizzy now into the pits. To get rid of that 5-second time penalty, and he's going to be relegated down to P7. P6, technically, since Courtney's table still isn't here in this race, he's on the hards. Obviously, due to his AI not pitting, so... not even the AI know the strategy. Lovely.
Yeah,
but no, that's going to bring Frizzy now into like an actual fighting position due to not having that 5-second. And, by the way... I noticed something a little bit interesting here. I don't know if you see it, but I definitely do. I do not see any black and white flags on the right-hand side of the drivers' names.
Calling it right now.
Yeah, I just did.
Actually, speaking of which, let me go look at that for a second.
Go ahead. Oh, you want more things to spice up, by the way. I'm being told by Mixer there could be a chance of a spurt of rain at the end.
Ooh.
That could be something to watch out for. Safety car is in this lap. So when they cross the line, it'll be a 12-lap sprint. The sprint race is here, and it's going to get spicy.
One thing to note, almost every single driver, at least 4 drivers, have 1 warning.
Wow.
Not one driver has 2 warnings.
That's actually unbelievable. I am not gonna lie. That is absolutely unbelievable, but fair play. But we'll see if those warnings will come into effect later on. Look how close Mixer is. Yeah, he is one in that position, but one underdog is gone. He's gone. Race is now resumed, and that is easily caught out. Look at the coach. I don't know, but the coach is steamed past. He's up into 3rd. Titan is up into 4th. Something's happened to the Red Bull. About to see, does he have damage or something? I don't know. He might have been just massively caught out or something. I'm not sure.
I think he was wondering what Sprightly was. I don't think he knew Sprightly was a lap down.
Oh, yeah, because Sprightly was in between the Aston Martins and him, so that possibly would have caught him out. And now, what could have been a podium, he's now down into P9, but we'll have to see if he can possibly try and claw anything back in the latter stages. But the Aston Martins hold position. That's the coach in P3, though he's under pressure from Titan behind. Titan trying to get a move on, trying to get onto the back of the 2 Aston Martins. And right now, he's being hampered by the Mercedes as it stands. He's got the slipstream. He will have DRS when it's enabled, but he wants to get this move done now. It's now or never, basically, for him. He just needs to figure out where, but the Aston Martins pulling away from absolutely everybody. They want this 1-2, clearly. Meanwhile, further back, slow and steady's got past as Titan on the inside of the coach. I think the coach just might have made a mistake at the banked final corner. But Titan is now up into 3rd. One underdog sets the fastest lap, but now Titan has officially been unleashed.
Yeah, I think the coach just knew that battling Titan wasn't his battle and just kind of gave him the position.
Quite possibly, but it could have been a podium. You never know.
Yeah,
but we'll see if that changes later on. But meanwhile, further back, Wrath and Slow and Steady going at it. Wrath has actually made the move. That was between turn 3, 4, 5, and 6. And Wrath has managed to get the move done, so he's already trying to make up for what he lost, and is now up into P7 as it stands. But there's a bit of a battle forming between the coach, Frizy, Bald Guy, for P4 as it stands, and also the top two have not separated at all, and there could be a potential battle between the two Aston Martins for the lead of this race. I haven't seen two teammates battle each other for the lead in Tier 4. It's gonna happen here tonight. Round the outside into turn 1. Bass is left for good measure, and I think one underdog just might have let him by. I'm not entirely sure, but Mixer takes the lead here at the Dutch Grand Prix. One underdog from pole, and he's back up into that first place position.
Crazy.
Oh.
Just completely hit the coach in the back of turn 4. Basically just pushed him out of the way and took the position.
Taking push to pass to another level, to put it simply, but yeah, that's now Frizy up into 4th. Ball Guy has made a unconventional move up into P5, getting past the coach. The coach clearly clearly just not having a good time on the sauce as it stands. But now Ball Guy is now up into 5th, gonna try and chase after Frizy, and Wrath is all over the back of these guys as well, and DRS has been enabled now. So the DRS train is back once again from Frizy all the way down to Wrath as it stands.
I don't know what happened.
I'm not sure either.
I did clip it though. I did clip it
for
though.
a Ball Guy. Is he going to try and make the move into turn 1? Not quite. He's just going to stay behind as of right now. The provisional, I guess right now, as of right now, the provisional driver standings as of right now, Mixer grabbing 25 points as it stands. He'll have 115. He'll take the lead of the Drivers' Championship right now. And then Titan, if he stays in 3rd, he will grab second place in the championship as it stands. And there could be a chance of people being knocked out. We'll see who'll get knocked out next week, as I'm going to be doing quite a bit of math, I think. I don't know. Well, needless to say, if Mixer takes this win, he'll take the lead of the Drivers' Championship for the first time, actually. That'll be the first time he's taken the lead. But we'll have to see if he can keep this win.
Really deep into the corner.
He did, as it looks like, I don't think there's any team orders between the two Aston Martins. I think they're going to try and battle it out for the win here.
Are there ever team orders between two teammates?
Yes. I've seen it before.
Just making sure.
Definitely not between these two, that's for sure. But no, it's been a thing before. Meanwhile, further back, Ball Guy has a DRS on Frizy. Frizy trying to break the toe, but it's not enough as Ball Guy on the inside. Frizy trying to keep it around the outside, though, and he manages to do so with the superior grip. And Frizy has managed to hold position. That was great defense there from the McLaren. Gets a bit on the curb, though. May manages to keep the car going. So nice defending there from the McLaren as Ball Guy unable to make the move, as Wrath is also all over the back of these guys as well. This battle for P4 is gonna heat up.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait and see what happens.
You sounded so dull. You sounded so dull.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. And there's blue flags being waved as of right now. I'm not sure who would that be for. Oh, that might be for Sprightly and Corny Table. We'll have to see as Ball Guy is going to try and have a lunge into turn 10 or turn 11. Not quite. It looked like he definitely had the DRS and the speed, but he's just playing a little bit safe as of right now. And by the way, Mixer has pulled from one underdog. The gap between them now 1.1, so he's pulled out of that DRS range. And Ball Guy, he is an awful lot closer there to the back of the McLaren, and this looks like it's going to be an easy move for the Ferrari. Indeed it is. Ball Guy up into 4th position and is now ahead of the McLaren. Meanwhile, the Mercedes and Red Bull... Wait, okay, they're ghosted.
What just happened? Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happened there, but Wrath is now at the P6, I guess? I don't know what happened there. Anyways, the coach is now relegated down to P7, so despite him being helped by the safety car, the race pace definitely hasn't been for him as of right now. By the way, can I just say, I'm just going to say this real quick. Red Bull versus Mercedes, McLaren versus Ferrari. Is this 2021 all over again? But just, like, reversed?
Yeah, right?
Like, what are the odds of that? That's so bizarre to put it simply. As Ball Guy is almost pulling out a DRS of Frizy is right now, and Wrath trying to pull away from the coach, but so far, nothing doing. And by the way, One Underdog, I think he managed to get DRS. Does he have DRS? He does! So One Underdog has DRS on his teammate once again, but is he going to be able to keep it? That is the question, and Titan is slowly closing in on these guys.
Goes down the inside of Wrath into turn 1. He's making a look for it. Not going to be able to make it stick. Wrath's just going to hang around the outside and keep P6 for now.
It seems to me that the outside lane seems to be the superior line through turn 1. Because obviously you're able to carry the speed, pinch the person on the inside, and just run out wide, get the traction. I think that might be what all these drivers are thinking. So they know that that's the better line, and that's how they're able to defend. Which is, to be fair, that is pretty realistic in a way, I guess. So fair enough. As Reptile's cheering in the chat, go Frizy. Well, Frizy's in a top 5 position once again, so keep cheering him on. Maybe Ball Guy can make a mistake and Frizy could be up to 4th.
Oh, don't say that, don't say that,
don't say that. Well, hey man. You never know. You just never know. But then again, being honest here, I don't really see Ball Guy make a mistake that much, if I'm being honest.
No,
I don't really.
When he gets into a rhythm, he rarely makes a mistake.
Exactly. And it looks like he's in a rhythm right now, so I don't think he's going to be making one anytime soon, as the coach is trying to get close and past that Red Bull, but just not enough. The DRS just not powerful enough down that main straight. So far, this is really the closest battles right now between Frizy, Wrath, and the coach, as Frizy is actually going to be under pressure from the Red Bull, because he has DRS now. But he is blinking. His ERS is a bit low on that Red Bull.
Yeah, and the McLaren as well.
Actually makes me curious now as to who has the highest ERS amongst the three. I think it might be the coach, if I'm being honest. I don't know for sure. I'm not going to bother checking that, because that'll spoil it.
Okay, well, I'll keep my mouth shut then.
Exactly. Keep your mouth shut, boy.
Well,
Anyways,
technically, if you want to be honest, the one who has the most DRS is going to be corner table.
He's an AI.
Still counts, okay?
I'm talking about in the battle. Within the battle.
Okay, in the battle.
Speaking of battle, it looks like Wrath is going to try and close onto the back of that McLaren, possibly trying to go around the outside. A late dive down around the outside, but not quite able to make the move. He was opportunistic, but Frizy was just able to cover it off. He manages to hold P4 for now. That would have been a Ricardo-esque move if you managed to pull that off, in which that probably would have been a very beautiful move between them. By the way, so far, the Aston Martins, the gap between the two, kind of staying level. The One Underdog went a little bit wide there. He went a little bit wide there at turn 9. That's cost him a lot of time. And look who's arrived at the scene. Titan is now within the fringes of DRS on One Underdog. The Alpine is alive. He's here. He's been silent, but he is here. So do not count him out for possibly Grand P2. Meanwhile, the coach has actually nearly spun. Was that contact?
Yeah, I think he just sent it a little bit. Oh, no, Sprightly.
Oh, no, Sprightly. He's off. No front wing damage, luckily for him, but he is off at turn 10. Reptile saying that for Frizy to save that ERS, but we'll have to see if he can. But the coach possibly battling between them. And the coach losing out massively, so he's going to try and claw back all the time he lost.
I think he just went for a move, and he closed the door on him, so...
Yeah, quite possibly. But one thing's for sure is now the gap between them is 2.1 seconds. As Slow and Steady's actually... Slow and Steady's been pretty silent, but he's just chilling there. He's just sitting there in P8, so he's just doing his thing. But right now, this is really just one of the closest battles as it stands between Frizy and Wrath. Wrath trying to possibly look for a top 5 finish once again. one of the most consistent drivers on the grid.
Oh, Frizy, no!
And oh, Frizy's round! Spun round to turn 10. I think he just clipped the curb. He probably just clipped the curb.
Yeah, he did. I watched
But now has been relegated down to P8. And Wrath now up into the top 5 to coach up to 6th. Slow and steady up into 7th. Wow. Zach, calm down, dude. Calm down.
Oh,
But anyways, yeah, back over to the front. Titan within the fringes of that DRS once again. He is closing, but it's just the gap between them has been staying the same for the last lap or so, which definitely isn't helping them right now because he wants to grab that P2. Sprightly is into the pits. Could this be a fastest lap attempt for the Ferrari? I mean, as long as he doesn't get lapped, he'll be able to. Lap 35.
He's already lap down though. So he's gonna come out and then do the lap.
We're not on the final lap.
Oh.
I don't think you understand.
No,
sure.
no, I didn't. I did a smooth brain.
Oh, bit of a moment there for one underdog there. Out of the penultimate corner. And that's cost him a bit of time, though. One underdog does not have DRS. We're now on the final lap of this Grand Prix. And Titan has closed up massively to one underdog. Look at this. One underdog has DRS, but so does Titan. So the battle for the lead could possibly happen on this final lap. Could it go to Mixer? Could it go to one underdog? Could it go to Titan once again? Obviously, all three of these guys have a win under their belt, but both the Aston Martins looking for their second win. Titan looking for his third, but looks like Mixer's just pulling away from these guys.
Oh, just barely. Look how close Titan is, though, coming in through to the second DRS zone. It's not going to be effective, though, because Underdog's going to have DRS as well on his teammate.
This is exactly what Aston Martin wanted at the start. They started out well, and despite all the chaos, the virtual safety cars, the full safety cars, both the Aston Martins have managed to control it beautifully. But if there's one Aston Martin that managed to rise against the odds, Mixer from pole to the win here tonight. Mixer wins the Dutch Grand Prix, his second win of the season. One underdog will grab second. It's an Aston Martin 1-2 full points for Aston Martin as they grab the fastest lap as well, but with Mixer. Titan from contact on the first lap, he will grab a podium place. Ball Guy will finish in P4, a great result for the Ferrari. Wrath, another top 5 finish for the Red Bull. The coach will finish in 6th. So Steady will finish in 7th. Frizy has crashed, but he will finish in P8. Corny Table will finish in P9. And Sprightly, it is raining. And yeah, Frizy does not have a front wing, but he still managed to survive, and he will grab the final points paying position. But it looks like it is a green letter day for the Aston Martins, as Mixer grabs the win and the fastest lap and the championship lead. And that is exactly what he wanted to capitalize on James B leaving. Perfect score for Aston Martin. Does it mean ping somewhere? I'll have to look at that later. So instead, he grabs the driver of the day. He managed to grab a top 7. And, well, that is some decent points for the Alfa Romeo. But nothing can top what Aston Martin did here tonight. Full points for them, as they now have a full race lead in the constructors. And Mixer capitalized and conquered in the dying stages. He wins here in Zandvoort. One underdog will complete the Aston Martin sweep. Titan, another podium for him on his charge. as I assume you're already inviting the drivers for the podium interviews. But let's go down through the race order. Is Mixer that grabs the win and the fastest lap. He started on pole. He managed to convert that one underdog from third up to second, completing the Aston Martin 1-2. Titan, from damage on the first lap and down in last, he managed to grab a third place finish. Ball Guy in fourth, Wrath in fifth, DeCoach sixth, Slow and Steady seventh, Frizy in eighth, ahead of Corny Table Sprightly, rounding out the top 10. And we lost Quick Tongue and the Unknown from this race. Bit of a chaotic one, but a great one nonetheless. As that Titan won't be able to join us due to his voice. So very unfortunate, but he still managed to grab a third place finish here tonight. And well, what looked very, well, what looked dark, to put it simply, for the Alpine. He managed to come back thanks to safety cars, but we'll hand it down to you, Redeemer, for one underdog for P2 in the race.
Yeah, underdog, really well done. Had a decent qualifying. I believe you were P3 in quali. You were leading for a majority of the race, and then your teammate came up and obviously had the superior pace over you. Congratulations, and walk us through your race and your thoughts.
Yeah, this is my favorite track, of course, the Netherlands. I always have fun with this track. Yeah, during the race, I made a couple of mistakes that I should have stayed in front of my teammate, but my teammate was just a little faster than me, so at least we got a 1-2 for Aston Martin, which I'll take those points. But credit to Mixer, man. He's definitely a good racer and fast.
Yeah, definitely a really good race from him and from you. Next week, we head to Monza. Your thoughts?
Monza is always a tough track because it's just straight speed. So that'll definitely give me a challenging track for next week. But overall, it should be a good race next week.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see on what happens. Minigo, do you have any further questions?
Yes, I do, and it is in terms of the team's championship. Obviously, you managed to grab a 1-2, the first team to grab a 1-2 here in Tier 4 since last season. Alfa Romeo, they managed to grab the Constructors' Championship. Do you think that you and Mixer in the Aston Martin, can you guys do it again?
If the strategy pays off for next week with tires and everything, make sure we don't crash out, yeah, there's a good chance. But you got other good racers in this league that have like good strategies, it could be anybody's race.
Yeah, it definitely can, but we'll just have to see in just a week's time. But congratulations to you on your second place and a 1-2 for Aston Martin, as I do not have to change the car for this time around. As well, obviously Mixer does not have a mic, but he DM'd me what he wanted to say. So he said, "What a race." I don't know what happened on lap 1 with Titan, but he feels horrible because he was clear that Titan had the pace to win. He ended up braking on the curb, which caused him to spin. So that's why he relegated down to P5, but he got lucky with the safety car. Started making mistakes in the final few laps, which caused Underdog and Titan to catch back up. But he managed to hold off the position, and I think you could assume that he's very happy about the Aston Martin 1-2. And going on for Monza, he said he struggles a lot there with consistency on the curbs and not spinning. But he is excited to see how it will turn out in a week's time. That is your race winner's comments. Obviously, grabbing the win and the fastest lap and the Drivers' Championship lead. Can he keep it? Or will the likes of James B and Titan catch up to him? We'll have to see in just a week's time. For Redeemer and I, that is going to be everything for Tier 4. But be sure to tune in just over 35 minutes time for the Tier 3 Championship, as they are going to go around the tricky circuit of Zandvoort. Then tomorrow we've got Tier 2 and Tier 1 We'll see how the fastest drivers of the Breakout Racing League can go around here in Netherlands. Then, next week, the Temple of Speed debuted in Formula 1 since the very start, and it's going to be our host for the Italian Grand Prix next week, starting with Realistic on Thursday. Then, a week from now, Monza, and the championship starting to boil down in the later stages. 4 races left. Who will grab it? We'll have to see, but from Darren and I, that's everything. Good day, good night, see you in just over 30 minutes time.